Hey guys, it's me again. I know I'm making these videos back to back because, you know, it's easier to do in 3 than try and do it all in 1. So in the last video we discussed our second baby, and we nicknamed her Glitter because when we found out she was like the size of a glitter, so my sister named her. She's named all of our babies. So a recent life update within the last couple of months, you know, Jared and I have decided that we're just kind of going to let things do what they need to do. We're going to trust God, and if God decided to give us a baby, beautiful. You know, but we weren't going to sit here and we weren't going to force it because we can't do that. You know, it's not on us. It's all on His time. Babies are absolutely a miracle. Absolutely. I believe that in every aspect of that word. And especially after the last couple of years, the things that Jared and I have had to go through. So in March, Jared and I went to Cleveland to watch our first Cavs game together with his childhood best friend and his lovely fiance. You know, the whole experience was a great experience other than the actual Cavs game, but that's a whole nother story. It was terrible for me, but you know, maybe someday I'll tell you about that. It's embarrassing. But we go and we get this hotel downtown, you know, and it's beautiful, it's huge, it's massive, this hotel's beautiful. And the people there were just so sweet, and we really needed that after the day that we had because it was like insane. So anyways, we get there, we go up to our hotel, and the room is absolutely gorgeous. He did such a good job. You know, we like look around and we happen to look on the wall. You know how you do, you're checking everything out to, you know, to see how the digs are. And so we look on the wall art, there is red poppies on the wall, right by the window, right by the bed. And it was just like a sign to me and Jared, you know, like we are supposed to be here. You know, even though I had a really bad experience to begin with, you know, we were supposed to be here. And that was very sweet. And throughout the whole hotel, you know, there were, you know, pictures of poppies. And I just thought that was amazing. You know, it made me feel a little better about the crud day that I had had. I mean, the food was great. Food was great. It was just the game was horrid. So, anyways, so fast track to the next week. You know, we get back home and I'm back to work and Jared's back to work after our, you know, our wonderful time together. And so we get back and like just a couple of weeks, honestly, like it was just a few weeks into April. It was, I think it was April 18th. Yeah, I was at work and like I'm back to work and my boobs are so sensitive. And I haven't started, you know, it's not time for me to start my period. But Lord have mercy, like tingling, right? So I'm like, maybe I should just take a pregnancy test, you know, just to see. Well, I take this pregnancy test and it's positive. So Jared and I were pregnant, you know, we were pregnant and it was beautiful. And I was excited, but I was scared from our previous experiences, from our 2 babies that are in heaven, and I was so scared to say anything to him because I didn't want him to be sad, because I know this tears him apart as much as it does me. You know, this is not just mine, this is his as well. So I debated on waiting to tell him, and when I got home that night, I'm like, I can't keep this from him. I just can't. No matter what happens, he has to know. So I tell him, he's sitting on the couch eating his dinner. I believe he's watching Parks and Rec because back then that was our show. So I sit on the couch I said, Jared, I gotta tell you something. I gotta tell you. I said, what's wrong, baby? I took a pregnancy test and it was positive. And I'm expecting him to start, like, Jared gets this face and you know when he's like overthinking something. But he didn't. He got a big smile and started to cry, and he hugged me and he said, I'm so excited. I just, you know, we're both very ecstatic, and I'm still weary, you know, because like, it doesn't seem real. And even though we have that concrete urine test, I've had false positives before, you know, but I took multiple just to double check, best believe. So I call the doctor the next day and I get myself set up with an appointment, and we go in and he automatically wants to do you know, an ultrasound. And this was, gosh, let me double check. I'm pretty sure it was 2 or 3 weeks after initially finding out. And usually they wait until you're 8 weeks, but they knew, you know, with our miscarriages, you know, previous, they wanted to double check that everything was going well. So we go in and we get the vaginal ultrasound, which is where they take the wand and they go inside and set it on your belly. And because we were so early, that's why they did it that way instead of over the belly, because you get a better picture this way this early than you would with the normal ultrasound. So I'm laying on the bed and I'm nervous. I've never had a positive ultrasound. It's always come out really bad. And I'm just praying to myself, dear God, please let this baby be okay. Please let everything be there, be okay, and let Jared and I be mommy and daddy finally to a baby, to a live baby, please, dear God. So quickly, mind you, he finds the baby. And literally, like, my whole body, I'm literally like shaking, and he can't like get a good picture because my body's shaking from crying and like being so excited. And are you serious? Like, is this real? Like, so, you know, we get our pictures. I gotta show you. It doesn't look like a baby. I mean, honestly, to me, it looks like a dinosaur, like a little baby dinosaur. But it's ours. It's our baby. It's our little baby. Look at that. You see that little baby in there? It's just a little guy. And then we were also able to hear the heartbeat, you know, and the heartbeat was so strong. It's 138 this early. I mean, that's beautiful. So go ahead and take a look at that heartbeat. I can't see if you can see it. Like that heartbeat. Just a little baby. And we're 6 weeks and 6 days, so basically 7 weeks. And like, that's the farthest that Jared and I have ever gotten. And it's so exciting, like, it's so exciting because, you know, we get to see our baby and we got to hear him, and everything went really well. Everything went great. And we did blood work, and, you know, they called me and they said it's tripled. It's more than doubled, it's tripled. And I've never heard that, you know. Usually it's, I'm so sorry, but your numbers are going down, and my whole world collapses. So anyways, we, you know, decided to tell our family on Easter, because Easter's my absolute favorite holiday. But we told them before we got, you know, our ultrasound and everything done. I know I'm backtracking, but I just couldn't help sharing that beautiful ultrasound with you guys. So we go and we tell everybody on Easter. And at Easter we were like, I want to say 4 weeks. We were very, very early when we, you know, technically found out. So we tell everybody, and the way that we did it, it was after everyone got their Easter baskets. All the babies got their Easter baskets. My dad's sitting at the half wall, and Jared's standing there, and like, oh my gosh, the Easter bunny totally left a present for Dad. Because my dad's a very emotional individual. If you know my dad, you know this. And I wanted a reaction, a good reaction, because I needed that personally. And I knew my dad would be so excited. I know my mom would be 100% excited because she already knew. I told her the moment I found out. You know how it is. You have to tell your mama. I called her that day. I went to McDonald's on work. Oh, no, I didn't. Ugh. I called her after work, and I'm like, listen, mother, this is what's going on. So we give Dad the box, and he's like, you guys are so weird. You know what I'm saying? Before he opens it. And he opens it. It's a little baby bib that says my first Easter. And, you know, we got, we gave him a little pea stick, because everybody loves a little pea stick. We gave him the piece, and he just, you're kidding. No way. And everyone, my mom, my mama, my papa, my Uncle Jay, my Aunt Cindy, all of my sisters, and, you know, my brother-in-law were here. Marissa wasn't here yet, but, you know, my nieces and nephews, everyone's excited, everyone's crying, and it was beautiful. And we tell his parents, and we tell his sisters, and his brother, and everyone's, we'll pray for you, we're so excited, and we love you, and everything is going really well. So we find out that someone very close to us, very, very close, is pregnant. And we're literally like a week apart, if that, honestly. And we're both very excited because we can do all these things together. You know, their babies will be best friends, and it's just perfect. Well, the Friday before our follow-up appointment, ultrasound, we were going on a Monday, I believe. Let me double check here, because I'm pretty sure it was on a Monday. Yeah, it was Monday, May 1st is when, no, I'm sorry, Tuesday, May 1st was our follow-up appointment. And so that Friday, we found out that week that this person very close to us is pregnant, and I'm so excited for her and for that family, because you know, it's just this exciting time. You know, babies are beautiful. Well, that Friday, something fell off. I wasn't, you know, cramping or anything like that. Nothing was going on physically, but mentally and emotionally, I felt off. Something wasn't right. I felt it in my soul, I guess is how I would explain it. And I just was ready to have our ultrasound. I was ready to double check on the baby and make sure that baby was okay. And I know this is normal after everything, you know, that had happened previously. I know it's normal. But it was overbearing. Like, to the point I was in a bad mood all weekend until that time. And we get there, and I'm very nervous, and Jared's just very excited, and I'm glad that he's excited, and I'm glad that he was able to be positive for me, because I just, like I said, I just felt off. So the doctor comes in, and he's an amazing doctor. I literally will never go to another person in my whole life, because he's just phenomenal. So understanding and very relatable. So we get ready to do the ultrasound. I'm laying on the bed, and he's looking around, checking everything out, but it's taking him a little longer than it did last time. And I know in my mind and in my heart, I know that at this point, we should be able to see an actual baby, what looks like a baby. And it takes a while. I'm looking at the screen, I'm thinking, maybe he's checking something out. Maybe he's double checking the progesterone cyst or something. And then he pulls out and says, I don't see the baby. And everything just kind of went blank. He said, you know, go ahead and get yourself cleaned up, and we'll come back in and we'll discuss this. All I can think is not again. So I get myself cleaned up. Me and my husband, we're holding each other, and we're crying and trying to like wrap our brains around what's going on. And he comes back in and he says, you know, your uterus, and I saw the ultrasound. You know, you could see where it went from this round shape to oblong, you know, and look, and this is a crude way to put it, I know it is, but I don't have a better way to explain it. It looked like it was almost like being flushed down the toilet. I know that sounds horrible, but that's the best way that I can explain it. Basically, my body was preparing for a miscarriage. Again. It was a miscarriage. The baby was gone. So we talked about our options, whether or not to do a D&C or the medication that kind of helps it along, or, you know, let my body do its part, do it on its own. And I didn't want to do anything rash. I wanted to wait and let my body do it on its own, do it on its own, just to double check. You know, I don't want to take a chance of ending this pregnancy, you know, without double checking. So that following day, I go and I get my shot of Rogam, and we did our follow-up, did another ultrasound on the 11th, and to double check that we didn't miss anything, that, you know, baby really was gone, and something just wasn't in the way, even though looking at the ultrasound I knew. So we discussed our options again, and again we decided on waiting. And he said that the longest that, you know, he has personally seen has been 4 months waiting for the miscarriage to follow through. And so we waited and we waited, and, you know, nothing happened for a long time, it felt like. And everyone around me is like pregnant, and everyone is, you know, on my Facebook, and they're having their babies, and I'm so excited because I know that they've had a rough time with it as well, and I feel bad for feeling like this. I feel bad for being so sad and jealous, because I'm so jealous. So, sorry. May 28th. I started spotting, and that was Memorial Day. So sorry. May 20th is Memorial Day, and I started spotting, but it wasn't anything heavy. We go to my sister's house for Memorial Day. We're having fun. Everyone's having a great time. I feel good. I'm not cramping really. Nothing is going crazy. So we're on our way home. We decided to take our niece Mia Kay with us. And I'm glad that we did. I love her so much. But on our way home, around 8 o'clock, it was probably around 8:30, I start getting this really bad pain in my pelvis. And I knew that it was starting. So I get home, and sure enough, I'm bleeding, and it's a lot heavier than what it was prior. And so I get in the shower, and I'm trying to just kind of calm myself down, and the bleeding won't stop, and it's just, I mean, it's just bad, and I'm in pain, and the pain won't stop. I get out of the shower, and I clean, you know, get myself together. I lay on the couch, and I'm having so much pain again in it. Like, I'm trying to, like, breathe through it, and that's, like, the only thing that would help a little bit. And I decided to go to the bathroom after about 20 minutes of sitting here in pain and what, you know, just... I go to the bathroom, and when I look down, like... I can hold the baby in my hand. and you hold the baby in my hand. And I hold it for Jared. Because I've never seen this. We've never been this far along. And he comes in and I just have to, I didn't know. I said, Jared, what is this? He says, that's the baby, that's our baby. So he goes and grabs a bag to put the baby in, because we want to bury the baby. The rest of my kids, the rest of my babies, the rest of my babies don't have a resting place, and that's really hard. So we put the baby up because we don't want me and Kay to get scared. It was a very long night. We weren't able to bury the baby the next day because it stormed, and so Thursday, you know, Jared goes and we walk out to the tree, and he starts digging the hole, and you know, the whole time he's digging it, and I feel so bad because he shouldn't have to. He shouldn't have to do this, and he's so upset. But he's doing it, and he's making sure that he's keeping himself together as much as possible for me. And after he's done, he holds me. He says, go get my boy ready. So I go in the house, and I get the baby, and I grab a piece of paper, and I put on there, Mommy, I love you so, so much. So I go out to the garage where Jared's at. He's got the casket all ready that he made by hand. He stayed it really nice so it lasts longer. Puts the baby in, and he puts the letter in, and he puts the top on, and nails it together, and we walk out, and we put the dirt by hand. We didn't use the shovel. And we buried our baby. My mom and my two sisters and my two nieces were there with us. And I'm so thankful because I don't think that we could have done this without them. And they didn't they just stood there, and they were there for us, just being there. My mom helped with the dirt, putting the dirt on top of the box. And after we were done, we got a brick, and we put a brick out there until we can get a stone, a personalized stone. After we put the brick on, and Jared, you know, we prayed, and Jared, you know, asked God to hold on to our babies for us. Let him know that we'll see him again. And it's been a long couple months. It's been a long couple of months. So we had our follow-up appointment on Tuesday, and we did an ultrasound to make sure that everything had passed. everything passed. So I don't have to do a DNC as of right now, as long as everything continues. And we discussed, where we go from here. And we're going to do some blood work to test to see if I have some clotting issues. See if Jared and I have like chromosomal issues. But one of the things that we do know is that I have a heart-shaped uterus. Normal uteruses are shaped like a triangle, only without the sharp edges, obviously. Mine's shaped like a heart. And the way that the baby was, he implanted on the hump side, so there was like no room for him to grow. So we could assume that that's, a good reason. But that's not a for sure thing. With infertility, there's no definite answers, and even if there is a slightly definite answer, there's still a chance that like it won't, like you can't get help. Like, I did my research, and like the probability of us like miscarrying again is so small. And then we did, and then we lost him, and I just feel really empty. And I just want everyone to know that if I seem a little crazy, or if I don't come to your baby things or get excited, I'm so sorry. But I'm just so jealous. And I'm really working on it, and I'm trying not to be. And I'm still so excited for you. But it's going to take me some time. This is what miscarriage looks like. This is what infertility looks like. And I'm just so sorry for anyone that has to go through this, or that is going through this right now, because it is so hard. So frustrating. It is so frustrating, and I'm so sorry. And I want to thank everyone that continues to pray for Jared and I, because we really need it. Again, if you need any help or need anyone to talk to, I'm here for you. And I'll do whatever I can to help. And I'll pray for you.